Something a little different here, Mr. Land Cruiser. Yes, it's a HJ60, but the donk in this one is not your usual engine. This is a 6.2 Chevy V8 diesel, and it was originally in a Hummer, American military vehicle. So, cool engine to start with, and I've driven this thing. It pulls anyway, it's good at towing, but the customer's not happy, he wants more power, don't we all? This thing is about to have a Brunswick diesel turbo kit fitted to it. So mix in the background here, he's just started, he's stripping off the airbox, just getting some stuff out of the way so we can see what's going on. But let's go and have a look at the components that are going to be fitted to this engine today. So the kit comes with loads of stuff, all the unions, the oil lines, the drain into the sump, but we don't need to see all those. These are really the main components that we're going to be changing. Straight away you've got your Garrett M24 here. It's going to be boosting the engine up. You've got your downpipe. We've covered it in some heat wrap there just to keep the heat away from the firewall. Now, the really main component here is the header. Now, this is on the left bank. The only one you need to replace. We'll inspect the other side, but we'll see. This is it's a high mount turbo, so it'll be sitting sort of like that. And then this is where your other header comes down with a crossover exhaust into there to then feed into the turbo. Now, the actual inlet manifold itself is exactly the same, but all Brunswick diesel's done is they put a little Welsh plug in the end there, because obviously you do away with your breathing system, it goes back in pre-turbo, otherwise you'll just be boosting up your crankcase. And then you've got a little adapter for the top there for all your induction pipe work and that. We've also got we've got the little vacuum switch that goes on the side of the diesel pump itself, so that's got to be changed as well. So we're going to have a mean feat today. Mick's going to get tucked in, and it should be cool. Can't wait to see what it's going to be like. Right, turbo's on. She is ready to go down to Barney's exhaust here in Caboolture to get the crossover exhaust up to the passenger side manifold and the exhaust, full exhaust right through to the rear done. Now Barney does all our exhausts here at Mr. Land Cruiser, and he always does a good job, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on with this one. It's been a bit of an epic journey, right? So Brunswick Diesel supplied the kit to us. Now I've only got one thing to compare it to, right? Whistle and Soot we sell here at Mr. Land Cruiser for all the 2Hs, the 1HZs, the Bs, the 3Bs, right? And you can actually call Whistle and Soot's turbo kits a kit, right? They are comprehensive. They come with every little component that you need at home or here when we're doing them here at Mr. Land Cruiser to fit your turbo. You do not need to go and buy any other bits, right? This Brunswick kit was not a kit as far as I'm concerned. It came with turbo, we had a few pipes, inlet manifold, that's all well and good. It was missing a few things, exhaust manifold gasket, the exhaust to manifold gasket, exhaust to head gasket, and we've had to go out and buy a load of induction hoses. And I understand that some people have different induction systems, air boxes and things like that, so we've had to come up with our own bit like that. So it's been a bit of a journey. We had oil cooler lines that had to all be redirected, so we weren't hitting the exhaust, getting well away from the heat there. The customer wanted to get rid of his old airbox system, so we've got an original 2H airbox in there now. So we've had to relocate the diesel filter. Now these are all things that you don't allow for when you look at the job and you're fitting a turbo. So it's been a bit of a mission. 3 days to get to this stage now. With Whistle and Soot, the kits, we do them all the time, but the kits, it takes us 2 days, and that's airbox, snorkel, full exhaust system, turbo, everything. So it's off now to Barney's, and we still got a bit of work to do on it when it comes back from Barney's. So pretty pleased with it. We'll mess with the fuel when it comes back, when it's got the full exhaust on it. Other than that, the next time you see this, we'll be doing a walk around on it, and it's going to be a cool walk around. I can't wait to hear this thing rumble with the full exhaust system. So anyway, let's do it. Get down to Barney's. Boom! Walk around time. We all know why it's been here. Third month, 1984 HJ60. This thing's come a long way, I can tell you, since the days it had a 2H in it. Now, we all know why it's here. We've been putting the turbo on it, but it's time for the walk around. we have to do these things. Now, this HJ60, I've known it for a while now. It's been through a couple of customers that I've known. It's ended up with Dan. Now, this HJ60 is a bit special. It hasn't just got the old 2H in there. This engine's been swapped out, and it's got a pretty special one under the bonnet. Well, you know what it is. It's the 6.2 Chevy diesel, and the story behind this one is this: you see the paperwork that came with this thing. The engine actually came out of a military Hummer and ended up in this 60 series. Now, it's been in there a while until now, and we've been messing with it, but we'll wait for that one. Let's just take a look at the rig itself. Now, we've got the big boy steel bull bar. Now, story is this was a 79 series bull bar that's been modified to go on the front of this 60 series. I know that from its previous owner. Now, it's got the beige 464 Raptor liner all over this car. It's come out pretty good, man. They're tough. This thing goes wheeling. It's previously been wheeling. The new owner has got big plans to go touring and wheeling and all that kind of stuff. We've got the old Safari snorkel that's been connected up to the system and the induction setup under there. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Hurricane wheels. Now these things, they're a 15-inch Hurricane. Now these things, they're pulling some big money these days, man, because they're retro. People love polishing them up, giving them that polished aluminium look with different colours in between the spokes. We've got the BF Goodriches on there, the all-terrains. Really good tie, man. We've got aluminium side steps going on down the side here, and they've been on there as long as I've known the vehicle. And we've got roof racks, King's awning. This thing's set up for touring. We go in the back, there's a simple, they've got some boxes either side where the wheel arches are, space for take batteries and dual battery stuff and all that. Like, look, Dan has only just got this thing. He's chipping away at what he needs to do to go touring, wheeling in this thing, but he's definitely putting his stamp on it. Look, we've all been waiting for it. Let's have a look under the bonnet of this thing. It's come out really good. I'm really pleased with it, and she makes a good noise. Right, what a bloody mission this has been. Look, the kit we got from Brunswick Diesel got us so far. You know, manifold, so one manifold, turbo, all that kind of stuff. Inlet manifold, induction, charge pipe and all that kind of stuff. Turbo, obviously, we all saw that. But we had to make other bits of the kit up, so we had no induction piping. And I understand why they don't supply it, because there are different types of thermostat housings on these 6.2 Chevs. There's different setups for aircon units over the years, do you know what I mean? So for them to come up with a one for all kit would be kind of difficult. So look, I think we've come up with the best thing here. We've had to go around the back here because of the aircon unit and where it's situated, because we've got the double thermostat cooling system in it. There's no room to go around the front and directly into the airbox, so we've had to do a big U-turn here using silicone hoses. Now this is an in and out job. This is in the future, I would have liked to have done a full alley setup or a full stainless setup across here, but we just didn't have time to do it. So we've used a bit of silicone hose and some aluminium tubing to get us out of trouble. We've had to flip round the back here and up into the airbox. So now the airbox, if anybody's doing this job at home or getting anybody to do it, there's a big problem with so he's got a HJ60 airbox. Now that will not work with the amount of air this thing, especially with a turbo, is going to want to demand, right? So we've done a bit of research and chatted to Harley at Whistle and Soot. So over there we've got the late 80 series 1FZ airbox lid. Now this is really important for something like this. It's not just important for the 6.2 Chev. There's heaps more air coming out of there. So the HJ60 lid has a 2 3/4 outlet on it. No good for this application, right? So the late 80 series lid there has got a 3.5-inch outlet, which is perfect for giving as much air as we can get to this engine. Now that will be good for, you know, 1HDT conversions, 6.2 Chev conversions, anything where you want to have a standard looking box in there, and it does really look good in there. Other than that, you know, there were other. It's been to Barney's. Barney's done an incredible job, right? So he's done the crossover pipe that comes down underneath the sump back up to the cast manifold for the turbo, and then he's done us a nice 3-inch system all the way through to the back. We'll listen to that in a minute, trust me. But you know, it's been a mission. We've got we'll have a look inside at what we've got going on there in a minute with gauges and stuff. But all in all, I'm really happy with how this turbo kit has come out. You know, the customer's going to be really happy with it. I've been up the road in it. The thing hauls arse when it needs to. So anyway, let's go and have a look inside. More importantly, go for a drive in this rig. So it's pretty stocko in here. Like, you know, we've got the inclinometer. You know, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful example of this trim code, to be honest. And we've got a roof console up here. It's got cutouts for the sun visors and stuff like that. It's got some filament lights. Look at that, they're still in there, and they, you know, it's like they're from a plane or something, and you can direct them where they go, like a map light or something. That's very, very cool. So we've got the UHF up here, nothing else going on. Roof lining is absolutely beautiful. Other than that, we've got, look, we've popped a little EGT and boost gauge in here, so he knows what's going on. You can see his exhaust temperatures and the boost. And at the moment, we've got about 14 pound, roughly, peak boost. So yeah, it's the trim code in this is so good. It's the brown with the cream and sort of yellow interior. The back seats are beautiful. Who doesn't like brown in their life? Right, so the sun's going down here in Mr. Land Cruiser. What a beautiful afternoon, and what better time than to take this thing and launch it up the road and see what this thing can do, man. Listen to what this thing can do. Mate, how sick was that? This vehicle has got such potential. Now remember, we've only put a little quarter turn into the fuel pump, so it's got so much more to give. Now it's time for it to go down to the guys that really know what they're talking about. It's going to Diesel Pump Caboolture. They're going to put it on the rolling road and get this thing absolutely singing. Absolutely unbelievable. It's been a pleasure to work on it. Third month, 1984 HJ60.